Hold on.
You're good.
Now we're gonna pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the reason I put Tim in after the back.
You don't have many on here.
Oh, okay.
That's all right, that's right.
Meeting minutes?
Mary's name's not on there.
That's what he's presenting.
Angie, you don't have Mary's announcement.
Mary Van-
At the bottom.
We're gonna have Mary tell us what's going on right now.
Okay, representing the town of St. Joe, the South County Economic Development Board meeting this month, an update on the EPA countywide brownfield assessment grants next steps. The grant was awarded to the county, and the county commissioners hired the BCA environmental consultants have been hired by the county, and they are tasked with to compile an inventory list of county properties that meet the criteria for property assessment granting. This inventory has been completed and 262 properties were identified. The identified properties must potentially add to the economic and development growth of the community. This grant would provide costs for phase one of environmental assessment. Just a side note that brownfields years ago used to be EPA and everybody panicked.
Mhm.
This grant, the property owners fill out an agreement to have an assessment of their properties, and this grant would pay for that first step.
Okay.
And that would be conducted through the county. The next was report is on the Quality Place project on the restoration. Follow up on Jefferson Street, thank you, Roshan. I'd asked to meet with the board to discuss this issue. And then I was hoping that we could make some repairs and maybe use some of the concrete that's been done over that area anyway, just kind of move it. And then also we talked about getting the riprap, if I'm saying that correctly. And I thought I would reach out to the county conservation to see if they have some input and suggestions for us. And then also update Mr. Goldner. I changed his mailing address and he did receive the same notices as all the other residents. And then as the project manager, I am submitting a payment for Blue Heron Ministries. The invoice number is 3192. I have a copy. As provided, the task completed for May, June 2025, and also for the task completed April 2024. And the current amount due is $2,625.
Have you looked any more into the sidewalk? We were talking about the erosion. Oh,
No, I'm concerned that we got a collapsed spring on 4th Street that causes all this issue. I didn't know if there's any plan to deal with that or.
Okay.
Talking about Fourth Street or Third Street? Talking about along the side to the cemetery or the other one down?
I think it's 4th
Are you
Street.
talking about
Yeah,
Fourth Street?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we didn't cover the road because we didn't cover, we went down to 4th Street and did Jefferson down to it, but
So
we never
Mary,
covered.
Right, so that was my point,
do I need to issue you a check for that amount?
issue to Blue
Okay.
Heron, and what I'd like, since we're gonna get invoices, if I could have,
Like a
the,
copy of it?
well, copy would be back up for that, and also the, fund, a running balance on the fund, okay? Thank
Sounds
you.
great.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, have you guys had a chance to look at the minutes? Okay. Next, Tim Arnett. You guys were able to see this? Were you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like of the.
I was gonna say, we're just looking at this, everything is in order as far as what we're looking for in the town. What's your plans as far as,
I'm trying to get rid of that mobile home right now, trying to see if the park down here will take it, or a couple other parks in town, I might want to buy it.
okay,
But I'm coming from Leo Cedarville, I have a big house there, I don't need it anymore. I'm always up there taking care of trees, town horses and everything anyway. I might as well come up there and stay.
okay.
And I bought it off Jerry Ramsey, so I know Landis family for a long time, you know, Landis family.
Okay,
And
as soon as it moves forward, you're moving forward, huh?
trying.
All right, well, thank you very much, and, will it be this board meeting that
Yeah,
needs the
we can
minutes?
approve it. I just need to know, like, are you putting it on a crawl space or a base?
No, it'll probably be a slab.
Side?
That's just kind of a rough idea, the 1,200 square foot, what I'm looking at.
Mhm.
It might be a condominium style, it depends on what I can afford to put on.
Okay,
That's the general idea.
And it's gonna stay like roughly in where kind of where the trailer is
Maybe on
currently
top
at.
of that slab that's in front of it, we're gonna probably try and use that underneath it, more footing.
On the existing structure.
Yeah, so that'll help a lot, but extra footer.
right. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna ask the secretary to do, I don't know if you've done it already, if give him the ordinance for how many square
Well, I
feet?
emailed her like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay, all right,
Yeah. And, the ordinance you're referring to is specifically for mobile homes.
okay,
So, but
Yeah, I
it's,
need
This is
to
more
know
modular.
setbacks and what it has to be all in the front, for the easement, et cetera, et cetera.
okay,
If I'm allowed to put it.
all right, well,
Do what I'm doing.
I'm gonna make a motion that we accept this, floor plan for what, address is that?
517 Washington.
517 Washington Street.
remember.
Where that mobile home is on the corner down there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Like I said, all you'll need to do is get a copy of our board minutes saying that we talked about it.
So I will reach out to the planning committee, the building planning committee, and I let them know that we approved your plans that you gave us. That way you can get your permits.
Yeah, then my goal is to go forward.
Yep, all right.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you again.
Will you write your name on there for me
Yes,
and
I
the
will.
517 Washington, so I need that for my name.
Okay. You're doing plenty to that.
Looks like it's gonna be a really nice house.
I'm gonna try. Might as well settle when I got and be debt free, right?
That's right.
That's what I'm
That
after.
makes more sense to me.
That's what I'm after. So,
If it turns out looking like that, it'll be a nice
oh, it
improvement.
might look better. That's just kind of the rough idea. It's gonna be
That's
dark,
nice.
dark gray, black kind of, let's be real dark.
That's kind of the end thing right now,
Well,
though,
it
for sure.
saves on your heat bill because you heat 9 months a year here. So,
Yeah.
might as well save.
I agree.
I recommend thick walls because we're real close to the.
2x6 spray foam.
You're
Yeah.
next to the,
You're right next to the railroad tracks.
Do we have to, so, hold on just a while. So when you,
So, yeah, that's what I also wanted to say was, can I put a privacy fence on my part, but where can I put, what's the setback on that?
if you would, as you get going, find out where you want it, draw it in. then you'll
Well,
have
that's
to come
kind of
back
what I
up here.
did,
so
as far as,
our rule is to put from the property line along, and it can't go in front of your house. If it goes in front of your house, it has to be 4 foot tall, can't be over
Sure,
4
yes,
foot
yes.
tall. So is that something,
But you'll need to come back in for that.
oh, sure, then I have to get ILP for that as well.
Yeah.
That's no big
Yeah.
I need to get ILP for this already, yes?
so you're good to go. I keep this right.
Yep, that's
Okay.
fine. They'll give me another copy of the bill later. That's what I want.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Every day.
The June vouchers.
Please stop finding me, no.
Yeah, I'm looking at the general fund report. Have you had a chance to finish reading
Yes. Right.
Okay. If you would finish that.
Done, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That they're gonna. Oh,
What else were you doing?
I'm just gonna start with the fund report. The second one in. You wanna look it over at all the accounts?
Thanks, Hero.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Yeah. Okay, I make a motion that we accept the board minutes from July 15th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
You can look through the water then.
I looked through the water, I matched that number,
Yeah, that matches up.
you know,
Okay.
as far as, make two.
Yeah, okay, thank you, down to.
I'm not seeing the bank zero yet.
Appropriations. We can look at the appropriations. And, the leaky oil fund, and then into the small account.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're also, like, we're renting it now, but we're also like. Long-term wise, I would suggest that we consider, since, we are the lowest businesses, possibly raising that down the road.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but I mean, maybe switch from the 90 for in town to the 120 for out of town, then, you know, just a little bit, because we're using a lot more paper supplies, we're using a lot more cleaning supplies, you know.
Okay.
But, I mean, right now, it's taking care of itself, so, I mean, it's not a conflict for me. But if you want to see money growing there, or.
The roof is, we need to get that.
Maintenance on the building.
I agree 100%.
Also, then you crossing for Third Street. Is that coming out or is it coming around or
Yeah,
coming out? Okay. I knew we were looking at it because we did all the math work and we did everything, so. Okay. Do you see anything on the appropriation report that looks kind of?
No, it looks perfect.
appropriation report was appropriate,
Yeah, it's-
that's good, that's good.
Nothing yet.
You haven't seen it? And she hasn't seen the water either?
I think that's.
Okay. No, I didn't. Appropriation, we're done. I know I signed it.
You don't have to sign the corporation for it. You sign the receipt. It's in there.
But there's something I signed at that meeting. At the meeting, I thought I had signed the appropriation.
Initial.
You put this on the receipts in, you need to sign,
Oh, okay.
and he was not here. But that's just something that the state board wants you to review, but you do not have to make a motion, because that's money coming in, not any money coming. You're not spending any money or,
I just knew that when we went through with the state board. there was
yeah,
a
they
few
said that
things.
they want proof that it's reviewed, that's why I make you sign.
To this budget.
You got it.
Huh?
What? This is better than that. They pulled up to the door and started handing whoever is driving something, and I was like, what is happening outside? Sorry, something must be pretty serious in the car.
That's something you can answer from
Yeah.
the sewage transfer pending.
So we get taxes for the,
Because,
yeah. No, that's the sanitation
Okay, yeah, let's change
transfer,
that,
and
please.
so, it is, that's the sanitation on the package. But, so, our taxes came in June, and automatically we get that $6,000 for sanitation.
Okay,
And when I was looking at things, I realized I never transferred it, so it actually show up in July where it's
So that's
transferred
what
to
okay.
because I did it already.
That's true.
Correct.
And that goes into general, not into,
So all of our taxes automatically get put in general, and I have to transfer it into the water.
Water.
Mhm. Because our sanitation isn't housed in our general. So it's just a manual transfer. Which I do all automatically through one bank. I don't even start to check. Pretty handy then.
Last page.
I double, triple checked them because I knew that I'm trying to get through everything quicker. So I was like, hold on, let me look again, see if I can find a problem.
drop the back. Okay. Good. What?
I'm gonna get,
All right, I'll look at the water, thank you, water vouchers. Um, They are in the amount of $877.20.
Yes,
I make a motion that we,
second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
I'm not sure she's looking.
that was like in a hurry.
All right, and the general vouchers. I make a motion that we accept the amount of $58,915.34.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. There we are. And if you guys would, look at the fund report for Bank Zero. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Mr. Young? Okay. I make a motion that we accept Bank Zero fund report in the amount of $720,554.36.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we'll go to Bank Two, which is the water. All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we accept. You guys have any questions? I'm sorry.
I do not.
Okay. Miss, you have any questions on the water? Okay. I make a motion that we accept, Bank Two, which is our water fund report in the amount of $215,152.37.
Second that motion.
Anyone in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, we have the budget proposal for 2026.
You didn't do the appropriation report.
Oh. Did you guys see anything on appropriation?
I looked at it.
Did you see anything with that? Let's say. Just one question for you. Negative sign?
I should have taken it out of a different, I should have taken it from. We have a website, that's our website contact, but we have, I need to reallocate that 192, that's our payment to our website, maybe.
Okay.
And I did not see it beforehand. So I can reallocate that 192, that's what I'll put, and I'll put it in my notes, but I'm gonna reallocate that
You know where you're gonna get it from?
from the software.
Software? Okay.
Yeah, I switched that classification, but when you use it the year before, you can't delete it. So we actually have in the general software services is now what it's called.
Okay.
And that should have come out of there. And there's still $5,446 in there. So
So is there any way, if that's an automatic withdrawal, is there any way we can take
it's
that
not,
out and put it over?
yeah, I literally can go in and just reappropriate it.
Make it easy.
Yeah, just freaking,
All right.
thanks for letting me know that because I didn't realize I did that. As our last quarter payment for our website center.
All right, I make a motion that we accept the appropriations report for
June,
June 1st, 2025 to,
Oh,
Yeah.
Second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, now we'll go on to the budgets.
thank you.
Mhm. Did you guys see anything in here that,
I am gonna have to make some tweaks to it, but this is just a general budget. So, I need to talk to ANC and make sure that when the Third Street project will begin, I also, depending on our, Ochre grant and when we can submit our information for the water line project, I may need to add those into this. But right now what I did was, a 3% increase in everything except for, like, our water will stay the same because we're not getting more taxes or more money or anything like that for that. But it did 3% increase since everything is going up, electric, gas, everything like that. And then I did the full service upgrade for both the sewer and the water and the general. So I took the 115 times by 12, and that is the amount that's in those spots. So that is more than 3%, obviously, but we have to have that because we're gonna end up negative in those appropriation report. I mean, obviously not in the bank account but in that line item. We didn't budget for the amount of money we're spending on sewer, so I do have that in there.
Mind if I ask any of the sewer board members, if you guys are planning on any more increases in funds?
Oh. I didn't see it.
Is it gonna go up again next year? Do we need a budget for that?
We're trying not to.
Okay,
That's good enough.
Okay.
I appreciate
good.
that.
Now, we didn't even, doing what we had to do.
Nobody did. We understand.
but unfortunately, we get that kind of thing.
And we complain that every meeting. It's not even us.
So, and I did see, which I need to sorry, excuse me, I need to fix that. But this will also show, the previous years and how that's gone up over time for each line item. So if it's confusing, just to kind of give you a breakdown. So the new budget's what's proposed. What right now is proposed for next year without knowing if those two projects are going to be budgeted for next year.
Mhm.
So before we finalize this, I need to get that information from them. And then we will change accordingly. Obviously, we'll discuss it. Then that you'll see before the budget this year, that's our current budget. That's what we're working on for our program report right here. So, I will go back through all of this before we finalize too. And if we see, we're more than halfway through the year, if there's anything that, have the least amount that we're not gonna have enough months of that payment, for instance, like the sewer, which I already did. So,
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
I was gonna comment that, we had talked a few times, over the past year,
mhm,
about the public safety fire protection,
yes,
about potentially increasing the
yes. And
salary.
if we're going to do that for next year for the fire
Needs to be in the
department,
budget.
I need to know so I can budget.
soon
And
do
I'm
you
all
think?
for that.
How soon does that need to be into the budget?
So, I have my meeting on the 29th. That's not when we finalize it. That's just when I meet with the people from the State Board of Account. We'll go over it. They will tell me, yes, you can have that much, you can't have that much. I mean, they kind of limit me, then I will bring it back to you and we will have to finalize it then. So I would like to, if we intend to do that, if we have an amount that we intend to do, I would like to discuss that now. Because
I don't
if
have a
we,
specific amount in mind.
right now we pay them $8,000 a year.
Mhm.
I would love to see us go up to $10,000 a year. That's 5,000 at the beginning, 5,000. Not a lot, but it's, I would like to see us gradually try to increase that as we go. Definitely. But obviously, that is something you guys are gonna have to decide and make a motion that you'd like to increase that. And then I will build that into the contract for January. So it's something we need to decide what we want to do now and agree on. So I can have that contract amended and ready for the fire department in January.
Is that change in dollar figure going to, negatively impact us?
No,
Or is ability to,
no.
Okay.
You
No,
guys should have approved $2,500 that you guys donated to the fireworks that didn't happen this year. That's supposed to be
different funds?
paid, well, by the money coming from the town, right, for the donation.
This,
Yeah, but it's a fund
Yeah.
account. It's for
yeah, the
Yeah,
way
events
that,
and events.
municipal bodies work is that, and the entire reason why we exist is doing this paperwork for the state.
yeah. And I think our donation was a general donation. I don't think it was specifically for fireworks. Did anybody?
For what?
For the pickle festival.
Yeah, no.
I'm
We don't-
pretty
we
sure
don't get
it's-
that money back anyways. They hold on to it for next year. And,
Yeah,
yeah, we only did like 1,000 or something.
Or I think we did
1,500 for
We did-
1,500
or whatever.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
whatever we, yeah.
Yeah, we weren't specific. So that's already been paid. That was paid before the,
Oh. bring up that one.
Well,
the
Other
event.
stuff.
but we were told it was gonna be a 25% increase, if the fireworks were rescheduled, which there was a permit pulled for Monday. Me being me, I contacted them. American Fireworks has no idea what I was talking about, 25% increase. So I think the town board needs to find out where that money.
I don't have any idea what you're
happened
talking
with that.
about.
Well, it was online that there was a 25% increase if they reset up fireworks.
I saw the text, so I know
Yeah.
it's real.
That's
That's what they told us. And
This
this
is
has nothing
just,
to
yeah,
do
we
with.
don't have anything to do with the
Pickle
pickle festival.
That's two
Yeah.
totally
This
separate
is-
things.
This is your guys' board money, so it's the town board money. so-
No, we donate the tax to pickle festival.
Lots of
I
people
thought
donate to
there's a
Pickle
whole
Festival.
different board for that.
Yeah, lots of people that donate to the Pickle Festival, but we're not. No, I'm not a town board member. I'm not a board member of that board.
Yeah.
And neither of these two other folks.
Misty is, but that's not.
But that's not
this
what this
is for.
time's set up for.
I was just kind of trying to think of where we can go, how we could kind of come up with the extra 2,000 million.
Oh, no,
We have that.
we have the $2,000 to up the fire department. So we get a certain tax, it's called a lit tax, and that can only be used for public safety.
You just mentioned we have to find out where to get the funds to do this, so if we have it, and it shouldn't be a problem, we can just increase it.
We were, okay, thanks, Kelly.
I am,
I believe it was two different discussions. I think we're conflating different subjects.
I'm going to make a motion that we do up it to 10,000 this year.
In the two segments of 5 and 5,
Five
Yeah.
and five.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
And that would be 2026, we would up it then, because we
Yes.
don't have it in the budget currently.
Yeah, for the
So
2026.
we do need to renew the contract?
No, we do it in
That's what-
January every year with them.
Okay.
That's why Mike Georgite comes in.
Okay.
So I would like to do that too. Well, it doesn't matter, we're already doing it, but
Yep.
I will put that in the meeting notes that we did that.
Yes.
Just one question. So, I'm understanding this, your fire department is under your coverage and not the town's.
No, we actually have a contract with them for the whole town with the fire department to take care of us because it's Concord Fire Department.
It's a volunteer.
not- It's not St. Joe Fire Department like it used to be. It's Concord, so we have to have a contract with them. So they come here every year and we go over the contract. Yeah, that's,
We also have to have an agreement with, Spencer contract, Spencer Township, because the damn school was in their township.
well, that's a contract.
That's all, I think,
I'm gonna go in there.
Randy, just
Yes.
clarification too, that contract is with and signed by the township trustee. So those
Yeah.
documents come to the trustee, not.
Yeah, she,
Check is
well,
cut
it
direct.
used to be a she, it might still be, but yeah, she's here when that happens.
but how ridiculous is it for if the school has an emergency, we have to wait, Concord Township, I mean, our township has to wait till Spencer Township arrives before we can go to the school and.
That's changed now.
Huh?
That's changed now.
Since when? I've been on the water for 46 years and it's been that way ever since I've been on.
They haven't changed that dispatch.
Oh, well, that's the last
Already.
one.
They changed that at dispatch, so there's an emergency at school, Concord does get called.
The school has it.
It's all changed in the last 46 years I've been on the fire department, almost 47 now. and
So this budget,
it's always a-
right now, it's just a proposal.
Yeah, this is just us starting the discussion, so we can look at it, like Missy just said, she'd like to discuss trying to up what we do for events,
Mhm.
which we are doing, we have added to our events.
Yeah.
And our Halloween one has gotten bigger. We've spent, well, actually, a Halloween one right now is our biggest one.
Now, something that was mentioned, Mary was mentioned, Fourth Street's drain.
We do
Probably-
have drain money.
Yeah, we do have, So we need to start looking at.
We
getting
have
that
drain money for this year
done.
too.
We're talking about stormwater?
Yeah.
Storm drain, yeah.
That's
So,
about your new house.
Yeah, he's
Your new
working.
house is less than 2 city blocks from Funny Park, you gotta wait for the fence bill.
Yeah.
You can hear before they can call us,
I don't know.
you better look into it, that'd be
Don't have a house yet.
totally ridiculous.
I was informed during the last meeting, by somebody that, for $1, you can get, coverage.
Well, like I said, I've been on 47 years, and I've never heard about anything
So
other than Spencerville had to come first.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna be working on the lowland this next year, let's get that sewage if we can. in the
so
works.
we currently in our stormwater operating for repairs and maintenance have $10,000 still currently this year.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we should definitely at least look into what's going on with the drain on Fourth Street, trying to get that taken care of.
Okay.
And that's budgeted for this year that can be spent as 10,000. Now, if you want to, you know, obviously we can look,
This is always my question on water.
Mhm.
Is that also available?
it's not available because we did not budget. You're looking at the fund report. Your fund report's how much money you have as a whole, okay?
Okay.
This is how much money you have as a whole.
With dollars in the bank.
That's dollars in the bank.
That's
This
right.
appropriation report is how much
How
you
we can
can
use it.
spend. What we got approved to spend out of it.
But this money comes from the townspeople.
Yes,
That's the water.
yes.
Okay, so that sewage money is what,
The
town-
stormwater money,
yes.
Yes.
That is what the
Yes.
townspeople are getting.
yes.
So that should be available. That's
We
not.
still have to submit our budget to them. Now, with that, we can make a motion that we need to
Fund
add
that.
funds to the budget there
Yeah. this is
without
for
any
next year.
conflict.
Okay.
But we can't do that in our general fund. But if you go and spend $21,760, and next year you break a storm drain, we have no money to fix it.
Right.
It's completely self-funded.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but I don't think that the repairs that we need should be $20,000.
No. That's why the
I
ten,
mean, I could be completely wrong.
the
I don't-
10,000 that's there, I think.
Yes,
should
we do
cover.
have budgeted that 10,000, and I do think that that would be really good to, because even if we needed to utilize, storm drain money or any, you know, I'm just gonna start saying things, hydrant money, storm drain money, or anything like that, if
Mhm.
we needed to utilize those for the expansion for Third Street and over by the wetland and
Right.
stuff, that would be next year's money anyway.
So, additional question. We have
What
a
page are you on?
second page,
Okay,
blighted properties.
yes.
What specifically the blighted property budget, able to accomplish or work towards? I know that
That's an account.
we've
from the
got,
past.
well, I'm just saying that we've got several properties that, are very poorly maintained.
Correct.
And seem to be dumping zones. And in order to take care of that, sometimes legal action is required. And I'd like to make sure that we're appropriately budgeted for that. And I'm just trying to understand if that's what that budget specifically is. Page 2, blighted
Oh,
property.
hold on, I'm so sorry.
That used to be,
That-
it's an odd one. in there.
And
No longer, that should be 0 and no
It does say 0,
what
yes.
about removing that asbestos pipe on Third Street?
That was something they did years ago.
So that's already budgeted,
That was,
so that'll be included in the.
That was from years ago.
that was a state funded project that the town did.
Hmm.
And there were, I think, 3 properties at the time that were involved in that program. And they were demolished with the option of someone could buy that lot with the intent of building and continuing economic development.
So you'll
Yes, it does,
see,
yeah.
after the
Down
year,
at our compost.
after the year 2023, they took away that tax, we don't get that tax money anymore.
Oh.
So yes, it is listed because I can't just delete it, it's got past history on it.
Yeah.
But if we
When
want,
that times out. in
Yeah, I
3
can
more
just
years, then it
revisit, yeah.
disappears? Okay.
so what we can do though, if that's something that you're looking into, we can add to our appropriation report, you know, a general fund or something that's.
There
for
was an
that.
overwhelming consensus among, the people that came here at the last few meetings that, we need to take care of the things inside the town. And you know, that's one of the things that's out of town that, you know, is very visible.
Yeah. So with, like, if it's like, so, and I do, please don't let me forget, I have a whole list of, I had a lot of people complaining this week, so I have a whole list of ordinance violations that I need to bring up towards the end.
Okay.
And then another thing that, just kind of talking about, we did talk when we were doing the event stuff the previous time, when we were talking about Halloween coming up and Christmas. We did talk about twice possibly upping what we have in our events fund, since we are trying to do more community outreach things. I don't know what you want to up that to. I currently budget $5,000 a year. That includes what we donate to the Pickle Festival. That includes your townwide picnic. That includes Christmas, and that includes the Halloween event. And the Halloween event and the Christmas event are not very cheap events. But I know that in the past you have talked about possibly not just having Santa Claus, but doing like we did the year for COVID and doing the parade instead of, that everybody really enjoyed that. Is that a lot more money? No, but I think it's like $400 more. But, so I don't know what you guys want to do there, but I will need to know what you would like to budget for events. If you would like that to be different than $5,000 a year.
Additional question around, this is mosquito hourly. Is that just us doing the
Yes.
mosquito spraying, not the chemicals?
Correct.
Do we have the chemicals,
The
somewhere else?
chemicals are on there too.
Do you know which page?
Well, it's like retail, actually, so maybe that's not so much.
Chemicals were at the top.
I will.
Page three, item 2.
Okay.
It says a budget of $515, but my question is that, don't we still have an excess of
Yeah.
chemicals?
Yeah.
Do we need to have that on the budget for next year?
We do not.
All right.
Would you like to remove it?
I would be in favor of not
Does anybody
budgeting.
have a problem
for
with me
things that we
removing
don't plan on
the,
spending.
because we do have Corey. We still have big 5-gallon buckets of the mosquito stuff, but what did he say?
We have, we buy 30 gallons, so it's concentrate. I'm not exactly sure how much we have left of it. Usually it lasts about 4 years. And probably 3 years ago, so we'll probably, the next year or 2 years, we'll probably need to look at it, and it's like 10.
It's like, I think it was 3,800 to buy that, and that lasted us 4 years. Like it
Yep.
was, or something like that.
How much?
I want to say
Wait, it
like
says,
10,000?
well, in 2021, I was on here, it was $3,289.
And then it went to
And then
zero.
the next year, it was $9,656.
I'm looking at the wrong
And it's been
line.
0 for
9,656.
3 years after that.
Okay, so 9,000.
Change.
Yeah, so this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, we haven't used it. This is our 4th year without having to buy chemicals.
So I guess from looking at it, so is it 9,000 to buy 4 years worth?
Well, it was then, but it's probably more now.
So next year, we're gonna have to budget 9,000?
10. I bet it's up at least
Can
10.
we just go price it out since we anticipate buying it this coming calendar year?
We won't need it this coming calendar year, we'll need it the next.
Are we purchasing it during next calendar year, or are we purchasing it the following spring?
the following spring.
27.
Okay, so we don't
So
need a
let's-
budget
yeah,
for
we don't need to.
26.
Also, yeah, but just like the 500 that's in there, we're not utilizing it for anything, but yeah, we can not budget for that, yes.
Okay.
But then the next year, we have to put that $10,000 because we will need that in the spring.
Or whatever we price it out to be.
Yeah, whatever, or 11 or whatever it costs. Once we are, oh, sorry.
You don't want to switch? We had talked about switching once. You don't want to switch anymore?
Chemicals? I have to wait till we're out, and then we got a new, person that covers this area, and he was talking about
Okay.
switching, so, when that's out, I'll let you guys know, and we'll go from there. Is there any price difference?
I lost events. Page 7. All right, gives it to you
Down
at
at the bottom.
What page? 2. Thank you.
And we don't have a breakdown of what we did last year on where the event went to.
So if you look back, what we've spent, so I believe every year we've spent everything. I'm trying to find it, so I'm so sorry.
It's up like 6.
Okay, so last year we spent the whole 3,000 that we had, then we upped it to the 5,000. We have your appropriation report is what we currently have. And the events are on page 1, I believe. So our current event, no, I lied. So we currently have spent, we have $2,000 left and we still have to do the Halloween and the Christmas.
So really all we've spent money on was Pickle Fest.
No,
What else?
you had
We
the
did the 150th
anniversary,
anniversary.
the money for the contest came from there.
Okay,
So that was an event.
okay.
So we have spent $3,000 currently.
Alright.
And we have $2,000 left to cover the 2 biggest events,
Okay.
which should suffice. We'll just have to, obviously we just need to stay in budget. But
Is that only the events or does that include putting up the?
it includes putting up the lights too.
So
Yeah.
what are you doing?
On just the Christmas event, we'll spend $1,000 without purchasing anything. And we will probably spend $500 on the Halloween at least. I think,
More than that.
yeah, we may,
Because I'm not
well,
going in the middle of the thing this time.
yeah,
I have enough food.
I like that idea.
Um,
So,
Speaking of Halloween, the Wild Scary Park.
we need to
Um,
sign it.
Yeah, the question I had is around maintenance of those,
Boat trips.
the boats and whatever the picture
Fire
was
truck?
earlier.
Fire
today.
truck got damaged.
Yeah.
It's been that way for at least 4 weeks, hasn't it? I've had a lot of people ask me
Yeah,
if we're ever gonna get them fixed, and I said, yeah, we are.
Do we need to do a budget for that,
Or
or is it already budgeted?
there should be park money. I don't know.
It's already budgeted. Corey has gone and picked up the stuff to fix the 2 boats. I believe, Sam, are you fixing the 2 boats?
We're gonna work on that tomorrow.
You gotta work on it together?
Yeah.
Well, I've had 2 people stop me today that have kids' birthdays in the next 2 or 3 weeks, wanting to know when they were gonna be done, and I was like, I don't.
The big thing is we need to talk about supplies. The supplies either need to come off, they need to come off, put new on.
Well, and then Randy also talked about, taking out the wall, like,
The ramp?
extending out the ramp.
Yeah, making the ramp longer because as steep as it is, I've seen kids get so far and fall off. And
Well, I bought some rope too that was on there, so, put the rope back on there, that was fine. But everything that I purchased, it was like $80.
Okay.
So.
The other question I had on that is, getting a few trail cams down there. Just to, in case it happens again, because they really damaged those 2.
So my question was.
Video monitoring.
Is it illegal?
No, it's legal.
Yeah, it's a public space, yeah.
Because, okay, because somebody said I was.
My question was, we have
Anything
time
is privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
public
I know
space.
we have to take care of it, so why should
That's
I
public
have
space.
to-
Public space and so property.
have a power system.
There's no reasonable expectation of privacy for
You
it.
mean like at
No
the
reasonable
compost?
expectation of privacy.
No, yeah.
We gotta find out who's doing that. You were down there, the 2 big huge piles of metal, burnt metal that are in the compost.
When was that put down?
I just cleaned up my corner of my property.
So you did it?
No, when I put my stuff down there, my trees that I cut down.
I'll look on the cameras and see.
Who was there?
Yeah, he'll be able to see him dump it.
I mean, there's a lot of metal in there. And I know if the county comes to do the composting and they have these, they're not gonna do it.
Is that, who's supposed to call?
They just kind of show up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
What do they do?
They come
They
down there and they
come in
grind
and
it
chew
up.
them
They
all.
grind it all up.
Oh, okay.
But if they have this in it,
Yeah, that'll break something.
But, for the park really, instead of trail cams, you know, they have more expensive ones, you know, that can signal and you can pull it up over here, but, you
Okay.
know, most likely that's gonna be more, you know, short video or pictures. If we can do like what we do down at the compost, we have power down there, we would just need a place for our modem to sit, which our modem sits outside already. And just,
Okay.
you know, I think WatchNet is who hooked all that up for us when we did it down there. So I think we,
And we're not using the WatchNet here, so we could move that to the park and utilize it there.
I'd be okay with
Sounds
that,
good.
but isn't that, the tower,
yeah,
is there a clear line of sight from there?
Clearer than this direction.
Okay. I'm just saying,
I don't know.
but
We
my,
would have to ask them.
yeah, that's what I was getting at, is, because that's in a lower
It's-
area anyway.
It's just I feel we need to get something so we can see them. And once we see them, then we can get a hold of our attorney
Speaking of
to.
the internet things, can I get one at one of the new businesses, in town that, town provides, little internet?
Did we stop the one over there?
I have no idea
It's
what
in
you're talking
Jeff's name,
Oh, okay.
so I don't know. if He moved it.
about. I've never heard of it, so.
So,
It's probably.
I need to
We'll-
know
we'll
where
talk to
they're
Jeff
at.
about it.
Cause, the Pizza Subs and Barbecue have the WatchNet. We have it at the garage, we have it at the office, we have it at Jeff's.
And Pizza Subs did.
Pizza Subs is moving out of town.
None of, second time around, didn't-
I think they went to mediate.
I think they still have one of our free services, even though they're not using it. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be moved to where the restaurant is.
okay, I was gonna say, and don't we have one over there, the garage has one?
The garage has one, the office has one, the garage has one, the pit stop had one, I thought Pizza Subs and Barbecue had one. And then. There's one more, but I don't know.
I don't think second time or Oasis.
No. What is it called, WatchNet? Yeah,
What's that, Ange? What is it?
the internet, we get,
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
we
You know,
get,
I did all the appliances, the electrical.
I was thinking electric.
we get 5 free to use in the town to delegate out to people for letting them put their internet tower on our water tower.
Is that, so the question that I would have is it presents out a Wi-Fi, right? Would you want one of those at the park?
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Why don't we try to see if they can put one there?
Yep.
But, I have to call them anyway. Let me find out what locations they're at, because if Pit Stop's not Pit Stop, if Pizza Subs and Barbecue is moving out of town and they have one, even if they're not utilizing it.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, because, mine that's here, that I don't utilize, we'll move that to the park, so that's not an issue, but, we have 2 restaurants that have.
I just feel the
we
next
should
thing we're gonna
an
have to
open
do is
slot.
move one of them to the cemetery.
Well, wouldn't it be an issue though, like, would you have to try to figure out a perfect spot in the park, because this is the third vandalism down in the park?
Oh, 100%.
Because we took care of the train when it got vandalized.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we'll, yeah,
And I think
Either
it's
do
the
one
same
or two.
people that are going around sticking stuff in our neighborhood over here.
That's, okay, so that's, so Watchtower is at the pump house, at the garage is here. Was at the pit stop, and I think it was at Pizza Subs and Barbecue.
okay, that's the thought.
So, but since Pizza Subs and Barbecue is moving to Butler, we should be able to provide the restaurant, I don't know what it's called, Diner?
What are you naming?
So can
That's
we
your
get,
LLC.
yeah.
Millie's Diner.
can
So,
we get more than one camera? Do you know?
Can we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
There's,
off the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
we have 2 going 2 different directions at the pump house.
oh, we should probably have two- at least 2 down there.
I know, I'd probably be
They
more.
actually have pretty decent inexpensive cameras we use a lot. They're light bulbs. And they go right to your phone. So if you got light fixtures down there.
We do have light
put 'em,
fixtures down there, that might be a good idea.
Then you can, it's right to your phone. That's what we do to watch everything. So it's nice because everybody thinks it's just a light bulb.
Just gonna say that, I wouldn't
Yeah,
even know
and-
that's what it is.
Too.
Let's look into that, because that would be a really good,
That's what you got?
Get you the information on, yeah.
Thank you very
that
much.
would be great.
They won't know. They won't-
Well, and I'm wondering if the vandalism will slow down since, the cops went and talked to some of the parents of the people that were stealing bikes here in town, 'cause we had some video of that. So,
Okay.
I'm hoping that since they know that things are being watched and that we have cameras, that'll slow down, but of course, you have to have cameras in the area.
I mean, the park was doing real good for a little while and
Mhm.
now it's
You'll have that,
become a problem. Okay,
budget wise.
budget. We'll look it over and talk about it the next meeting.
Yes, I like the things that we talked about already. and
Well, we talked
sounds
about
like
some, but I
We,
mean,
look through it and try to find some more.
yeah,
There's something for something probably budget for.
what's that?
So we throw a lot of money at the old mower, over the last few years, we've been trying to keep it going. It's a 2013, got over 2,000 some hours on it, so it's really showing stage. So, getting a new mower or a second new mower, it would be more beneficial. Because every time he hits the bump, the thing wants to shut off on it, like a short mouse on it. So we have to put a wiring harness on it or something. I've already put a bunch of stuff on it to try and figure out what's going on with it. So we want to try and throw that in there. That'd be helpful for at least the cemetery part of it, or someone utilizing another mower.
Also, that you just reminded me, where would you like the budget for the roof for the hall? Because that needs to be done on this budget. too. Look at it and get back to me, but write a note on there because I expect these papers to come back to the next meeting. And if you don't understand what's going on, try to come up individually and sit down with me because I would love to get your ideas. I'd like to try to get this wrapped up to where we can present what each person thinks and what we're gonna approve.
We
for
have
budget.
we have a budget specifically that says, all right.
For what?
I saw one,
A budget specifically for what?
big deal.
Yes, but
Yeah,
that is where the rental goes and our cleaning comes out of, so,
She's
there's
saying
not
it's
quite enough
costing
money
just
in
to
there
run
for
A
that,
separate repair budget, is what you're saying?
so.
Actually, you didn't put any money in there, but, oh, that's payroll.
it doesn't look much
Are you
different
looking at the
than.
corporation report or the
Nothing
budget?
mentioned.
Oh, I just have to
We
click
rent it
that
so
button.
often. I just-
Police home is a home run, oh, it's a separate thing, so I need to put that.
Wanna move the
One
meeting
says
along?
miscellaneous.
Yeah, move the meeting
Yeah.
along.
All right,
Wouldn't the payroll come out of it?
Yeah, it comes out of the same. I had, oh,
the,
I had original, which one are you,
But I can summarize this if you'd like.
on the appropriation report?
send over that.
What page?
The budget.
Okay, what page?
3. It's like, kind of in the middle, there's one that says miscellaneous and one says payroll.
Yes, we don't utilize that anymore because our payroll system does it differently.
Oh.
When we first set up that budget, we did the payroll
Okay.
directly out of that. And now that we have a lady that cleans, does maintenance outside and cleans here,
Right.
cleans
Okay.
multiple buildings.
You don't just split it up like everything else?
Did I hear you
Figure
say
on
we had a
that.
budget for weed killer?
That was on there, yeah, so.
Yeah, in cemetery.
Okay. I didn't know there was a budget for that.
Yeah,
Weed killer.
well, it's not just for the vehicle, but
Oh, it says motor vehicle highway.
that's MVH.
Yeah, weed killer and chemicals for motor vehicle highway as well. It's 500 this year. Did you need some more weed killer?
I just bought some.
Let's,
Well, that receipt can come right out of
I didn't know there was a.
Yeah, there is.
something that-
it. So I would like to circle back. We do have money for the park. Blah, blah, blah. No, we don't. We had previously budgeted money for the park, and I thought we still did, but I guess maybe not. But if we need to safety-wise replace those slides,
does that come out of the safety budget? There's always lots in the safety budget. There's a very
You
limited amount of things
cannot
that you can
use
use.
the lit public safety for anything except police, emergency, or fire department. Those are neither of those, I know it is a fire truck, but you cannot utilize it.
If they fall off
That
the
is-
slide, they're gonna need that.
That is illegal. We will not be doing that. I like you guys, but I'm not going to jail for it.
No, I just realized that there's a very small list of things that we could use it for. And
Yes,
it being a fire truck, that might have been one of them.
nope.
We need to seriously get that, or consider the town, because DNR has money that comes to things.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would get Parks and Rec money.
I think as soon as we finish the zoning and planning activities, that'll be one of the next agenda items.
I hope so.
So we do have, and as silly as it is, we have the opioid miscellaneous.
I'm only talking about the park, and we're only going to the park, the two houses across the way that have our town water that we removed.
There's three.
Three
Three
houses, sorry,
Anyway,
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
the opioid miscellaneous, we can utilize that for anything we'd like to. There's $1,070. I don't know what the slide replacement is, but I would suggest we utilize that money.
Yeah.
So use it or lose it
I
situation.
would like to do that. My understanding is the opioid, funds are going away at some point in time.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you
Uh,
only get so much.
so we get so much restricted that I have to give to an opioid
Would be
Base.
fun, yeah.
fund, group, something.
Right.
And then the miscellaneous,
make a
we can
motion?
utilize for anything.
Or do we need to make a motion or do we just?
I would love for us to make motion, because if I can find what he needs for those in between now and the next meeting, I would like to get the park fixed.
Let's go to 1,000. I make a motion that we
$1,070, when I spend it all.
use the $1,070 in that account to take care of the slides at the park.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
There we go.
All right. We done with the budget proposal for 2026?
Yes,
Would you like me to summarize the news?
yes, I'm just going up to the last thing, the main thing we need to talk about is the updates on the zoning meeting.
All right.
So that way-
So, updates from the last time we, had a session here, within, I think, July 15th. We received the letter, about 5 minutes, hand delivered, about 5 minutes prior to this meeting. It, is from the, county lawyer, and they have, just to summarize this, is that, they, recognize our, comprehensive plan was recorded in 2018, and that, that gives us the appropriate authority to do what we've been talking about for a, planning commission and a BZA. That's the summary. They would like us to accept everything that they have done, in the years in which, we were supposed to be doing the authorized activity. And I am in favor, me personally, so this is not what's on here, but, that's the end of the summary of this, by the way. Me personally, I'm in favor of accepting everything that is in line with our existing comprehensive plan.
So there-
And there were 43 items that were listed, when, Chris Gomer gave us a list of all the items that were done during that timeframe. There were 43 items, and, I believe that we need to go through those items one by one to determine whether or not they are or are not in line with comprehensive
Were you
plan.
able to get that list?
But we have a list,
We have- yeah,
it
it's in your
is,
inbox.
we have the list, it's in Excel format. It's, got plat numbers and, things like that.
Addresses and,
Yeah, what Chris said that he would do is he would get his team to put that on the overlay so that we could just see it on the map, so that we can reference it to our future land use map.
Okay.
And not have to go through a lot of time spending to do that.
Here.
Trying to find it.
They're pretty efficient at that already.
so we will have, I would like to do that as a group. Is that something that, since it would be in depth or in detail, is that something that we could do like a private meeting to where beforehand, an executive, I could think it was executive meeting like we would if we were discussing employee stuff, or how does that work?
Specific subject matter is gonna be what?
We have to review as a group
The
the entire changes from 2018 to 25 in the zoning ordinances from DeKalb. They sent us the whole thing. We have to manually go through each one as a group.
I would tend to say that I would tend to err on the side of that it should be a public meeting to do that. I mean, there are exceptions, obviously, to discuss pending threatened litigation. We haven't really threatened any type of per se litigation over this. We may have talked about it. The purchase or sale of real estate is another one, obviously, because of the negotiation of that. That is one. Personnel, of course, as you've discussed. I don't feel comfortable in saying that would be the case. Now, you can have you could call it a work session and you're not gonna take public comment.
No,
But it
yeah,
would be open if anybody wants to sit here and observe, of course they could.
yeah.
Like,
So, because my only thought
It's pretty
process,
boring, 2 hours, 3 hours.
yeah, my only thought process is that they're going, like, the whole board needs to look at it and do it. So and I know we can't meet without it being a public meeting, so I didn't know how to go about it. So
You just have to publish it, call it a work session. It's not necessarily unless you're planning on taking some action.
No.
we were going to make
You're just gonna work
decisions.
on things.
Yeah,
Okay, you call it a work session and it's open to the public and there's not gonna be any, votes or anything. You're just gonna work on it and talk and it'll be open to anybody who wants to sit in on it.
now,
That's my legal opinion on it.
okay, and then with that, so since it's a work session, would I record that and keep meeting
No, you're not
minutes?
required to report
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm following everything that needs to be followed. All right, so, and that would be the same thing with like an executive session. I would need to post that 10 days ahead in the newspaper just to let everybody know. I just want to make sure because I would love to say that via email and on a shared Excel sheet, we could get this done. But I love you guys. You guys aren't that technical.
Not everybody's all that.
Not
technical.
everybody's super
Maybe.
technical, so I don't think we could do that ourselves.
You know, I'm sorry to say this, but I do a lot of history and I know more about maps than most anybody.
I'm just saying the Excel spreadsheet might,
You are, yeah. So instead of doing it as a shared file, this way we could set up a work session. So,
You need to just take attendance and then report on what you,
discuss.
the subject matter. I mean, you don't have to take detailed minutes, but at the next meeting, have that.
Well, and what I'd like to do is whatever once we've reviewed it, everyone understands what we're talking about, the Excel itself. Then at a public meeting, I would, we just bring up what we think we should do with each one and then, make that public and make a motion and approve that so we can, because we need to get on it to respond
to this.
to the county.
So in line with responding to the county, with in general, accepting what they're recognizing, and what their request is to us around accepting what they have done, on our behalf. We need to go through that list, in order to let them know what we did and did not accept.
And they want detailed notes on, like, they want us to write next to it, why.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, they have tasked us with kind of a big detailed job.
And it is a lot of work.
But, I mean, obviously, that's what we need to do to make sure that, it goes with the comprehensive plan, so.
Are you taking public comment on this?
No,
No comment.
we were talking about what we just discussed.
Yeah.
I would like some structured comments. No, it's structured one at a time, unlike the last few meetings where everybody was just talking.
Yeah, we couldn't hear.
Yeah, I have a service disability where hearing is not something that I'm good at.
I would think your board, the board of 9 should be voting on this, not just you guys.
We have, before we can create that committee, we have to have this done.
Yeah,
with
we
the
need
county.
to,
That is what they
Yeah.
tasked us with. So, but for instance, if that board comes in and says, we don't agree with this, they can change that.
In the meetings earlier, I think you said that we would all sit down and do this as a board.
my understanding is that, once we have established that board, that is exactly what will happen. And the list of items, I just quickly go over the list of items that Chris Gallmer, tasked us with, which was assigning zoning districts. And these are all items prior to,
The board.
prior to us essentially taking action as a board for the zoning board.
Yeah.
Is that we need to assign zoning districts, identify zoning districts, using the table, using the chart on 1.14 from the zoning districts, from our comprehensive plan, define what the rural residential was, create a new standalone zoning ordinance, which is what we discussed with Eric Weber previously, when we did our first meeting with Chris Gomer. Notice in the newspaper, and then set up the schedule for the planning commission. Those are items that we need to do before.
But that's not what you said in prior meetings. You're, once again, you're completely saying something different. There's no representation. And now you keep bringing up Chris and said, this is Chris.
The moratorium, I will repeat, the moratorium is for
Where's
us
the
to
town
figure
minutes?
this out and to get to the
Is it
point
in
in
the
which
town
we're
minutes?
able to be productive about it. That is what the moratorium is for. And
There's
the public comment and the back and forth is with the best information that we have at the time. That's why we have ongoing sessions working with the county to work through this. We're working with the lawyers, working with the county. We're trying to figure this out, just like everybody else.
Who's on the board?
Being,
Or you?
That's the town board.
being a
It's the
resident of
three
the
of
county,
us.
would you give this
Um,
to?
But what we're talking about is the zoning and planning board, which is yet to be established.
I was gonna say, who the hell was it? Never got-
No,
It's
no
just
one
about
is yet.
47
It's
years.
yet to be
I
established.
didn't know there's anybody that trusted before you.
No. And so Ben, just to be back in line with exactly what we're talking about, is we need to give them the baseline state in which we're starting with when we establish the board. And then the board is going to move everything from that point forward. So we just need to identify what the baseline state is. Because if we don't do what we just discussed, we have two options. We accept everything the county did, or we reject everything that the county did. And those are the two options. So I would like to have the middle ground where we do exactly what the county, if they were doing it the way that the law states that they should, if they were to be the people doing it, is to follow in line with the comprehensive plan, which is the most exacting or most detailed comprehensive plan for whichever area in which they're responsible for. Because that is the very specific law that they're supposed to be doing. And the first question that they ask every single time that they actually go through the approval process is this in line with the comprehensive plan? And for the meetings that they've had for the last several years, they have not referenced the comprehensive plan that was the most detailed one, which is ours for this area. So they have not done that. But by happenstance, many of their things are in line with that because majority of our area is already mapped as what it already is for future land use, but not all of it. Lynn?
I would contend that town board has no authority to take any action outside of the corporation limits in the extraterritorial
I'll make a copy of that for now.
jurisdiction.
With
That is what the Indiana code that you reference time and time again says, that you have to have a board made up as outlined in the state law to give representation to not only the town, but to those in the ETJ area as well. So I don't see how, until you have established that committee, you can take any action on any zoning outside of town limits.
So I'll repeat and restate what I just said, is we are working through the order of operations, and that's what the moratorium timeframe is for, in order to get this established and working appropriately. Eric?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you guys have every right to have any kind of meeting you want to have to review things. And get yourself educated. That's what it sounded like to me. It doesn't sound like you're taking final action. I think I was even said earlier that, yes, there'll have to be another round of this. Certainly, you have every right to have a meeting. If, as I stated, it would be an open meeting. It's not a public hearing, it's a meeting. But you have every right to have a meeting to educate yourself, work on issues as a group. As long as it's, open and transparent. I think my legal opinion is I think that's what you do. So,
Well, and, yeah, with the letters that they sent us, accepted both the comprehensive plan and the PJs. So,
Now, if you took action on things regarding the zoning district until you get established that mutual resolution, I think that might be an issue. But, you know, again, educating yourself as a board on the issues, what's out there is, I think that's really appropriate. And because you're the town board, you should have the ability to do that.
I think the attorney's answering the question that I had, that you cannot act on it.
Yeah, they
And
never said
returning that to the county would be acting on it.
No, they never said they were acting on it. Acting on it would be to establish an ordinance or something of that nature where they're voting on something. I don't believe that that's, you know, the returning comments to the planning director is not acting on it. He's not an officer of the county. He's not a commissioner or a councilman.
Or if they have to agree or disagree, that's making a decision.
Yeah, as I understood it, it's not just a meeting to discuss.
That won't be what's gonna happen. There's not going to be an act that's made that's contrary to what the ordinance states. Or, excuse me, what the statute states. That's not what's gonna happen.
So is this basically kind of wrapping around, this is stuff they've already put into place and we're just saying, yeah, we accept that. Is that basically, you guys are looking through stuff they've already said, hey, we want to do this, we want to do this. And so you just kind of talk over that.
It's my understanding that we are reviewing the items in which they did not have authority to act upon, but did anyway, for the time frame.
So things they've already done here.
It-
you
thi-
can look
things-
back and see if
this-
you want that change back or.
We're specifically identifying whether or not it's in line with our comprehensive plan. That was what the specific discussion was, is determining if things are in line with the comprehensive plan.
But if it's not, are you guys gonna make the people that are in change back?
Not during that working meeting. Go ahead.
When you establish the new board, are you gonna have, board representatives from outside the zone, outside of your jurisdiction? Or
Two,
well, why not? Why not four?
because the law is two. That's why.
There's a lot more people outside.
The law is two. And we have to obey the law.
I have a question.
Yep.
And this would probably do our attorney. What? Our constitution or whatever that exists so that the board can exist. What would it take to change anything in that?
I'm not certain what you're asking, Larry.
Well, what I'm asking is, how about if you guys meet at 7:30 or at 6:30, we meet at 7:30? Why can't we all sit here and listen to the four of you exchange things up there that don't make a shit difference to us? We don't know what you're talking about. We're sitting here pulling friggin' board on an hour a lot of time.
So,
When you guys just could have done this prior to all of us
but
being
we
here.
literally can't.
No bullshit.
So we
Usually
we,
I have to give all of my financials at a public meeting to prove that I am not mishandling
And
anything.
you can't do that in a short 10 to 15
No, it
minutes
has to
after
be.
7:30?
no,
Has to be at a meeting.
It's the most important thing that I have to do.
yeah, we got like very few actual legal requirements of
I've
us.
never been.
and that's the number one.
where Officials sit around like you four do, and for an hour, waiting on us to be able to talk. Say, I'm fine.
In Auburn,
This is,
we sat there for,
I don't believe it.
Go to a county.
Yeah.
we sat
the-
there for much longer, watching the same thing.
Huh?
We sat at the county board meeting doing the same thing.
And we just sat there. County board
I mean,
meeting.
the county board meetings are much longer and less interactive.
Town board meetings.
The county.
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 Oh, well, how I'm interested in county, I'm interested in my TV, sitting here for hours, and you guys talk about things that, and you whisper between yourselves, like, none of us could surely hear what you're saying, and know anything about what's on that piece of paper.
Those are.
Those are anything, if you want to get any of these vouchers, you can and look at them.
Come on, man, you got.
No, really.
I'm trying to be reasonable about this. It doesn't make sense to me that all of us have to sit up an hour while you and Tim, I make a motion, I second it, and I make the motion, I second it.
We have to do that with those
are
minute
legal
meetings from
Then
last
damn it,
time.
make it loud enough so we can hear it. Instead of whispering.
I have the ordinance violation, let's go over.
You too, Ed. Slow down and make it loud enough so we can understand what's being said.
So
I'll give half the earplugs because you want me to get loud. I
That's
can get
fine.
loud.
That's fine.
So
Show that to us.
this item is here before we go to the next item.
Yeah.
Do you want to call for anybody else that,
Would anybody else like any more information on the updated zoning meeting?
any more zoning meeting updates, comments, anybody?
Nothing?
We're gonna move on.
I have the ordinance violation list.
Oh, yes, ordinance violation.
So, I had some people come in and make complaints. My job is to tell you the complaints that were made to me.
Okay.
301 Whitney's grass and weeds are out of control. I do not know this house, but the one right next door, the weeds around the house.
I witnessed that myself. They also have an excessive number of vehicles that are parked way too darn close to the road at an intersection. I believe that there's an intersection violation there in addition to the,
Talking about the yellow one on the house side?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Did you say there were rats?
No. The weeds. And
Rats too.
I've not seen any rats and it's not on my
I
list
don't
at
want
all.
that rumor.
It's
I
not.
don't want that rumor.
Then the health department.
Right. Okay.
Is that going to apply to that car that's sitting in your grandma's driveway for over a year?
What car's been sitting in the driveway?
And she don't share with her white grandma's house? It was a damn great car sitting halfway into her driveway. You couldn't get a car up her driveway?
Oh, the neighbor's parking in front of her driveway?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying there's a car in the driveway and I'm like, I didn't see one.
The car in
Yes.
front of the driveway.
I will put that on the list. And I have, down on Washington, the Lees not walking their dog with a leash. I have on the corner, this apartment, the gray car right there has a flat tire and has had a flat tire for 3 weeks. Down at the apartment. I also separately was reported down at the Lee's residence off Washington that there is a Porsche parked down there with no plates. Oh, I guess.
I can tell you the car that was uptown, they had somebody come look at it to buy it yesterday, so they did.
So that I already taken care of.
Yeah, air was in the tire, the one, I know which one they were, because we were over there working, and we're like, what's going on? They're out there, had air in the tire at that point yesterday.
thank you, Bill.
And then,
I didn't notice.
the house on the corner of 4th Street with the big fence right next to Marty, the weeds there. I have that there is a rooster down on the curb over here, and roosters are not in our ordinances.
All right.
The other 3, I physically watched them get taken care of, but, I had a complaint about the weeds on the back of the alley off of, back of Randy's property back there. The weeds on the back of the alley,
Clean that whole corner. It looks beautiful.
the weeds on the back of the alley
I saw that as well.
behind Grandma Katie's house, which that was already taken care of. And then, the weeds behind the garage at, Caitlin's house, which is right there off of Washington. Those 3 I know were taken.
What about Caitlin's?
It's already been taken care of. Abel did it. So those 3 are, I don't want to write a letter. But
Okay.
yeah, they were reported to me, but they were taken care of before the meeting.
Right.
But I feel like if I'm going to report all of it, I'm going to report all of it. You're going to love this, Marty. I have had a complaint about not having the sides of your trailer on your house.
What?
the bottom underneath isn't completed.
That's bullshit, because really the only way around that trailer has been, about 4 days after it was set in place. You can show me where there's that screw.
I'm just telling you what complaint was made to me. I have not looked. That's just my job. I also have, there was another one and I missed it. Nope, I think I got them all.
There's somebody living in the house next to you, Grandma, that green one.
Yes.
If you drive down that alley, there's a piece of fence.
All in the one? Or missing?
This and that whole fence, or that whole grass is like, this all the way to the house.
You're talking about in their backyard?
Yeah.
I haven't driven down there. Okay.
I drove through that, same alley further on down where Goldner's backyard would be.
Mhm.
That still has some very encroaching.
That's where they had.
I was told Randy was going over there and we gotta talk, so.
That's where they had
We
the
need,
2
we
dogs.
need to do what we did before and send them that letter, that it will be taken care of.
Okay.
Because John Jones's apple tree is also
Yeah.
in there too, so you can go
Okay.
to get it.
No, you get scratches no matter
It is.
how you drive through.
I would like to send them violation letters, so that way,
For all the items that were not already taken care of.
yes, if I go tonight and take a walk and 4 of these things are not a problem, I would rather not send a letter. Because what are we telling them to do? They just did it. But that, like, so like the car and, there's things that are done. And if those are done, okay. But the ones that are not completed, between now and tomorrow morning, I go look at these properties and they're not completed. I feel like since complaints were made to me, they need to have letters in there.
I would also point out that, the Picklemobile, is currently, in the front yard still.
I will add that to the list.
What about Jenny Golden's bushes that are growing half?
That's what we just talked
We
about.
just talked about. Just talked
Yep.
about that.
All right. So are you guys comfortable with me sending all of these out?
Yes,
Yes.
And I will send you an emailed list of everyone that
receive one.
received a letter. So that way, when they come and complain to me, I will be sending them to you. I am not a holding.
Is there usually a time frame on this?
It's usually before the next meeting.
Which is 2 weeks from now.
So what the letters say is, if you disagree or I want to bring this up, please, get on the agenda for the next board meeting. So, but as long as you guys are comfortable, I'm gonna go through all of the water bills, get the correct addresses and put those addresses in here, and make sure those are taken care of.
When her bushes go out into a public thoroughfare.
We already discussed it.
Now, wait a minute, I got questions, Jim. Is there any rule or law against me taking my head from down there and can't bring back? So I can get up and down the alley without scratching the shit out of my vehicle?
Um,
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a public thoroughfare. Why would she have a right to watch that?
Trouble,
The-
but the town.
the
could
town
clear
could.
their Airspace.
Do what, Billy?
They can clear their airspace. They have right to their airspace, so straight up from the alleyway, from the right of way, straight up. But if you do it, they could get you for,
That'd be trespassing.
trespassing or.
Because you're touching their plant on their property.
Because it's not your property. So
I mean-
the town has to go through and clear that
Well-
airspace.
All right, then, how much is the alley? Where is the measurements on the alleys to where the alley boundaries are and where your property is?
Those are on Beacon Snyder, but it would probably require a surveyor to give you exact spacing.
I know where the property line is on my properties, right down the middle of the damn alley. So half of that alley is mine, on private property.
I don't know what to tell you about that.
I'll have to look at it and see if it was given, the alleys were given rights to the
They
property
were
owners.
vacated.
Yeah. That's when you get the rights to have the alley, is if they're vacated. Other than that, they're town alleys. Okay, anybody else have anything? Yes.
So you guys all know this, our new sidewalk in front of 305 Bedford Street, let's go, cut a big chunk out of it to add a gas line, which obviously we can't do nothing about. I was there, to pretty much make sure that they weren't gonna hit a water line or anything. They did say that they're gonna come back at some point and put new concrete down, but for right now, they just backfilled,
I would just put that on the agenda for follow-up.
so
What address was that?
it's 305 Spencer Street.
Just for your information, so you know, if I'm not doing anything on sidewalk of my house, so we decide where that damn asbestos pipe is. So if it runs under the sidewalk, why should I put the sidewalk in? You guys come along and tear it up, and we have to put it back in.
Marty, at a meeting you weren't at, we did discuss that, and because it is going to run right down your sidewalk, they were fine with you not repairing that because we're going to tear it.
I had not been told that, I'm sorry.
No, you are good. But, so I would not repair that because we are going to tear up all of that sidewalk.
I appreciate the fact that I don't make every meeting. You guys wouldn't appreciate either.
Anything else, sir?
No, I'm saying we're gonna work on the park tomorrow, get them both in order, see what we can do on
The family from this, stone, they wanna know if there's any way we can fix it. And I told them they would have to talk to you guys about it, about standing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed me a picture of it standing up.
Yeah, I will look at, well, we'll have to look at it and see where the foundation is, bring it down to. the
It's
foundation.
fallen, is there any footer under there?
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
look
there.
like there's any footer.
Yeah, it's got it's got glue right up underneath there.
Is it under the
You can
grass?
see the glue right
Yeah,
there.
it's under the grass, we'll have to clean it
On the
off.
corner here,
Then put it back.
that's where
Yeah,
the glue
we'll
was
have
on
to
it.
check, because if there's cement there, that could be replaced.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
that's the
replace,
second
repair.
family has talked to me about, a different stone, and it's like, I don't know who to contact or tell about this stuff, or,
Let us know and then we'll go from there.
and,
Because-
cause he said he was gonna try to contact you, I don't know if he ever did or not.
No, when I saw a haversack, yeah,
Yeah,
I know him, but they haven't said anything to me.
Randy like that.
So Marty, I can hear. Wow.
I know, the fixing with that, you would have to talk to them.
If you would, down there by the compost, if you drive down there tomorrow, it's pump house, it's right over here. There's two piles, and there's a lot of metal.
I'll go down there.
And that way you know where it's at, so if you look at the cameras, you can see.
I'll put you down.
Anyone else?
Yeah, there was an April 15th resolution that was passed by the board that says that, you guys received a request for voluntary annexation from the property owner Lynn Reinhardt for a parcel of land to be annexed. And you voted to annex that.
No,
This is,
It was a remonstration agreement.
Yeah.
it's a what?
Remonstration agreement. If Lynn would like to produce the letter, or we can go look it up.
I guess I wanted to finish if you'd let me, please. I'm Lisa Reinhardt,
Mhm.
and I also own that land. And so I'm pretty sure you can't act on it if I haven't been a part, because it's not just Lynn's land. It's mine and Lynn's. And I know I didn't sign anything, nor was I ever contacted. That property is in both of our names. So I guess I'm not sure, because this just talks about Lynn. And I have just as much ownership as him. So I'm a little confused for how this happened, if you would like to clear that up.
When is that dated?
April the 15th. As a matter of fact, your resolution number is 15-4-25.
so it was, I just.
Yes, yes.
It was a remonstrance. So what a remonstrance is,
It says resolution. Is that different? I'm
No,
not
yeah.
really good at the
No,
legal.
you're good, you're good. We had to pass a resolution or, what does it say, ordinance?
It's
Resolution.
resolution.
In other words, an act of intent that we were having discussion to do a remonstrance,
Remonstrance
which
agreement.
means that
And-
if we ever decided that we wanted to go that way, we would make an agreement that we would provide water and sidewalks in the next 10 years and you guys had agreed to the remonstrance.
Did we agree?
No, you
No,
did
we
not.
did not.
No, but before we,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
I
no, no.
was like, wait a minute.
Before we can issue it out, we have to make a resolution that we intend to issue it out, which is what that is.
So these minutes that say Randy Drake read aloud the resolution of the town council declaring the town's intent to annex certain territory owned by Lynn Reinhardt contiguous to the town limits. So that's not official?
It is official. It is an intent to. We didn't officially annex anything.
We had to read aloud out here in front of everybody that that was what we wanted to do.
But,
That's all.
but it says that it's because Lynn wanted it. I mean, that's what this says. I mean, the resolution, I just read you the words. Whereas the town council has received a request, you received a request for voluntary annexation from the property owner, Lynn Reinhardt, for a parcel of land consisting of approximately 73 acres of real estate contiguous to the corporate limits of the town. Whereas the owner has executed a remonstrance waiver agreement, voluntarily waiving the right to object to the annexation of the property. I mean, I can go on, but this is your paper, and I don't know that Lynn contacted you. I mean, again, even if he did, I own the land as much as he does. You can't act on that without my input as well.
I fully understand that, and we have to, in every single meeting, identify all the minutes of all of the discussions that we have, and we declared our intent to issue you guys a remonstrance agreement, and that's what we did. And the remonstrance agreement is in pursuit of a future annexation, and that future annexation was contingent on us producing that service to you, which would be water and sidewalks. And that's specifically.
We talked about
My name is not in here.
because Randy said they both
That is
own
correct,
it.
because when
and
we did email out the remonstrance to Lynn, I emailed it, and he said, my wife and I both own the property. But that was after we had issued the intent.
But you can't do that, folks.
There was nothing,
You cannot
The-
act on
Nothing came up.
nothing came of it.
that has my name on it too without me being in the loop. It doesn't work like that.
You can
Right,
talk to
and-
anybody about anything. That's exactly what happened. We can talk to anybody about anything, and that's exactly what happened.
And I would just like to say that me and Lynn had texted back and forth, and the day after, we had talked about you not being on it.
Yes.
And that was way back in April. And
It
now,
wasn't.
3 months later, you're coming in that we already discussed it.
We just,
You did.
Okay, go ahead. Let Lynn talk. I had no idea. Go ahead.
Nothing came of it.
No,
I'm just telling you, you as a board cannot act on land
no,
unless you involve all of the property owners.
we can declare an intent.
Your legal counsel,
Eric, can we declare an intent?
without listing all of the landowners.
Sounds to me like, yes, you can declare your intent. You can't annex unless you,
Both
number
sides.
one,
Both sides.
have voluntary consent to annex.
But they didn't.
Okay. Number two, you can't, if you do annex without a voluntary consent, then it can be contested.
But we did not annex anything. We voiced a resolution that intended conversation that was being had to annex a property at the time.
Pursuant
Yes,
the remonstrance agreement.
yes. And the remonstrance agreement was never signed. So the resolution is not, it's
It didn't go anywhere.
not, yeah, it didn't do anything.
Did Lynn contact you to
Uh,
annex that?
No, I sat,
But isn't that what this just said?
that's
Is that what
not,
it meant?
no.
It isn't what it meant? You want me to read it one more time?
You can read it as many times, you can read it as many times as you would like.
You received
I can
a
add-
request from him. That's what it said. Those are your words, not mine.
They're technically my words.
Oh, okay, well, they all signed it, so I'll.
Yes, I'm just telling you
That they all signed it.
that was me.
But that's what it says. Did you receive requests from Lynn to annex this land?
That's a question in which I am trying to answer.
Oh,
If you would please allow me the same capability that I offered you, which was silence while I was talking and while you were talking. And so specific to that, I would like to say that when I saw Lynn and I had talked to him specifically about his interest in a remonstrance agreement, and I tried to describe to him, to my best of my knowledge, as to what the remonstrance agreement was and how it operated, and the limitation as to how long a remonstrance agreement can last legally in the state of Indiana. We had that discussion. He said that he would like to have more information. And so we pursued on this board that.
But there was nothing went any farther. There's no legal or anything. It was just what we wanted to do at the time,
And
but
I,
it didn't work out.
I talked to him on more than one occasion after that, specifically about pursuing that. And he expressed interest. And so we produced an official document as to pursue that.
But there was talk how you were not on there.
April 18th,
Because we
it
didn't
says,
for that. Once we figured it out.
Once the official documentation was provided to Lynn, there was no reciprocity as the actual wanting to have it. So after that one told, there's no point in pursuing it afterwards.
So he wanted it, you guys weren't interested.
That is not what I just said.
I'm trying to,
No, you're putting words in my mouth. I do not appreciate it.
that's what I'm trying to understand though. It sounds like,
It sounds like a lot of things.
it sounds like in your mind, this is something that Lynn was interested in.
He expressed an interest in finding out more information. And so we pursued providing more information.
You pursued providing him the information by voting on this resolution.
I can't do it on my own as acting as an individual, so I need to pursue it with the board.
But providing information to Lynn isn't acting on it and voting on the resolution. That's a, hey, it's this, right?
We can't do.
Maybe I
it
misunderstand.
Without
The
doing that
resolution was
first.
an intent to. That move forward, our intentions are. So as a town, as a municipality, if we were to actually want to move forward with conversations to agree to a remonstrance, we had to out loud publicly say, the town of St. Joe intends to do this.
Lynn,
Now,
I know you've seen that
agree,
letter.
Your name should have been on that
Yes.
document. I'm sorry about that.
If you could please read the first paragraph of the letter.
That's the secondary issue, is that my name is on here. The primary issue is that reads as if he approached you about annexing. And the problem is gonna be years or months down the road, everybody's gonna point back to this and go, oh, well, here's the property owner, he wanted to annex, oh, we should annex all of them in between.
That's
But
not how it
That's
is.
what it says.
That-
That is
Yeah, it
what
is in
it
an
says.
That's not how
And
the
that
process
is
works.
Not factual.
That is not how that process works.
That is what those minutes say.
Do you have a copy of the minutes? So you can actually read them?
I do not have them in front of me, no.
I do have, if you want the minutes. Randy Drake read aloud the resolution of the town council of the town of St. Joe, Indiana, declaring the town's intent to annex certain territory owned by Lynn Reinhardt, contiguous to the town limits. Two mistakes. It's owned by Lynn and Lisa Reinhardt. Secondly, it's not contiguous to the town limits.
That's true.
Randy Drake moved to approve first reading. Zeb Griggs seconded, all ayes were cast. You suspended the rules, went through second and third reading. So this was read 3 times, but I'm gonna take the time to read it again tonight. And then I'm gonna,
I am going to say that I don't think we all have time because we've already been identified. It's been read already. It's our unofficial file. We don't need to read through that again. I think the item that I specifically asked if you could read would be the actual letter that you received.
sure, I will read that. And I will make it known that after this resolution stated, whereas the owner has executed a remonstrance waiver agreement, voluntarily waiving the right to object to the annexation of the property. That's one statement in your resolution. Now I will read the remonstrance waiver agreement since you asked for it. This remonstrance waiver agreement is made and entered into this blank day of month left blank, 2025, by and between Lynn Reinhardt, hereinafter referred to as the owner, and the town of St. Joe, hereinafter referred to as the town. Recitals, whereas the owner is the sole title holder of certain real estate consisting of approximately 73 acres located in Cal County, Indiana, more particularly described in Exhibit A, attached here to, hereinafter referred to as the property. Whereas property is located outside but contiguous to the corporate limits of the town. Whereas the town intends to extend municipal water service and sidewalk infrastructure along the east side of State Road 1, beginning at Ralph Seckler Drive and continuing south to the north side of County Road 64. Whereas the owner desires the property to benefit from said municipal infrastructure improvements. Whereas a condition to the extension of municipal service, the town has requested that the owner execute and deliver this agreement, waiving the right to remonstrate against annexation. Now therefore, in consideration of mutual covenants and promises contained herein, and good and valuable consideration, the sufficiency and receipt of which are hereby acknowledged, the party agrees as follows. Waiver of remonstrance. The owner hereby irrevocably waives any and all rights to remonstrate or otherwise object to the annexation of the property into the town of St. Joe. This waiver shall run with the land and shall be binding upon the owner and all subsequent owners, successors, heirs, and assigns. Covenant running with the land. This agreement shall be deemed to be a covenant running with the land and shall be recorded in the office of the recorder of DeKalb County, Indiana, to provide notice to all future owners of the property. Annexation requests at such time as the town initiates proceedings to annex the property, the owner and any successors in interest shall not object or remonstrate in any legal, administrative, or public proceedings related to such annexation. Severability, if any provision of this agreement is found to be invalid or unenforceable by a court of competent jurisdiction, such invalidity shall not affect the remaining provisions, which shall remain in full force and effect. The entire agreement, this agreement constitutes the entire understanding between the parties and supersedes any prior oral or written representations or agreements. Governing law. This agreement shall be governed by and construed in accordance with the laws of the state of Indiana. In witness whereof parties have executed this agreement. This is the agreement that your resolution states the owner has executed a remonstrance waiver agreement.
Yeah.
Can I ask who prepared the resolution that you acted on that evening?
I do. That was me.
Okay.
And I told your wife there was an error already in it. And I am completely owning up to that without a conflict. That was not something I caught. But I do have the printed one that was separate after you let Randy know that your wife was upset that she wasn't on, that I emailed you, and the date that I emailed it with her updated information.
Okay. And we received this first remonstrance waiver agreement that I just read that was stated that I had signed and executed it as part of your resolution. I received the waiver agreement the following morning, Wednesday morning, April the 16th. Yet supposedly I had signed it and agreed to it before you had adopted the resolution the evening before. That waiver agreement was completed by your attorney and had just been forwarded to Angela an hour before she forwarded it to me. So that was all done after you adopted the resolution with a number of statements that you all agreed to, including that night, reading my name multiple times, telling the community that I had voluntarily requested annexation. That would be something that would affect a number of these other people sitting here, and you put my name on that.
I think that there is a misunderstanding of
There's
the,
so.
of the English language as the word whereas.
I believe the courts would decide that that statement is pretty, well defined.
What happened right after you had received that and we were texting each other? You said there, because you were selling property at that
Has
time.
nothing to do with it.
I'm just saying you were selling property that time and you said, I can't do anything like this because there may be new owners.
Resolution.
To pursue it, to pursue it.
Intent.
Of any-
With statements that was made both publicly that night and in writing here, that you all agreed to.
Folks, they're false. They're false. And yet you
We have the original.
on them.
Because all I
So,
is the name.
I suppose I might suggest you repeal this because it is not factual.
I'm not certain what we would repeal. Our intent,
Your attorney.
Resolution number 15-4-25.
Otherwise, it will forever be there and it's not accurate.
I'd like to. table it
Can I repeal it? Because I will. Because it's
I,
not.
I would like
It's
some,
not even something that.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't
Yeah.
go.
But I don't know that you can just.
But
It does matter because it's
What?
been
No,
third on.
no,
that.
it doesn't.
saying,
It wouldn't make a
it wouldn't make a
difference as
difference
far
if
as
it's
Could-
taken out because we didn't even go anywhere.
Eric, could you,
I'd like to review it before,
So it's out there. I should have probably.
Wait, yes, it's out there. That's how we do it.
if they sell the house though, wouldn't you still need that?
They don't have a house. It's
We're
property.
not a house.
It's property.
But we, no, we didn't even agree with, we never went anywhere. We didn't go anywhere.
As
If
they
you
pass
sell
the
it,
resolution.
you'll need that later on or no?
No, no, it's
can bring-
null and void. That's why we should,
You
What
need
would-
to
what would
make
be
it
the reason? right.
You need to make it right.
I'm trying to identify what make it right. It's like,
Comment about something that I emailed or something that I.
The remonstrance agreement.
I drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, this here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. No, on the agenda.
It's not on the.
That's, I was gonna say, it was back in April.
No, but we just found out about, honestly, that's why tonight, because it was the meeting after I found out this had all happened. That's why tonight, it is, I mean, if I had known last month, I'd have been here last month, but I didn't know. I just didn't know, and then all of, and if it weren't the friends, I would have never known.
We knew that you had sent us the remonstrance waiver agreement.
And we talked about, we weren't signing that. We knew we weren't signing it.
Right,
And
and
we did it.
like I said, he said,
But we had no idea.
We had no idea that you had, prior to that in April, passed a resolution with my name on it, with those statements, until someone provided us with a copy of the April 15th, board minutes. And that was something that we didn't know about.
so Eric. you
I'm
just said-
printing off that.
I was
I'm
gonna say,
printing it off for you.
printing off the one that he read.
Usually we have to do the resolution before we can do all that.
Well, I think
It's
he-
nothing
I think he
legal, it's
objects-
just,
I think he objects with the language in the resolution.
no, I really I wanna finish this one for Lynn.
Anybody that would read them the same. You guys are just trying to backpedal. That's all you're trying to do.
I get that you have an agenda and that you're targeting me and I understand and it's fine.
I don't have an agenda.
Not you. Clearly not you.
Okay, because I don't have an agenda. I swear, I just looked. at that.
Clearly not you. I was not at all directed towards you.
Okay, because I don't have an agenda.
Listen, you're throwing punches.
That's what you've been doing all day.
A lot of false information you've been releasing. You've told him that our tax is going to go up. You keep saying wrong, false information. This resolution.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
False information.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. You have an agenda that you continue to push. Please stop. This is not the
Correct your
forum for it.
mistakes. Admit to your mistakes. It's simple. Just go, hey, I was wrong. I did this wrong. I approached this wrong. It just continues. Just admit your mistake.
The
But
mistakes in that document were a mistake on my part.
But
Listen,
I'm just saying,
that's
I
the
should
purpose
have
of
that
signatures. Give yourself grace. The purpose of those signatures is to check that. That is not,
well, but it is also
that
my
is
fault.
not you.
And I could tell that it.
Those
very
signatures
upsetting,
mean something.
And I'm sorry that it was so upsetting. That was not my intent.
I know. But that's what the
I mean,
purpose
it
of
could
the
have-
signatures are.
It could have been amended during the meeting. That is the reason for having 3 readings of it. If I would have known it was going to be discussed, I could have been here that meeting and could have suggested changes at that time. But the 4 of you listened to it be read 4 times, moved to act on it, suspend the rules so that you could do it all in one night rather than it coming back at a later meeting. And you need to listen to what you're saying, because you said exactly what I read. And that exactly has a number of false statements in it that you all signed.
If you want to repeal the resolution, then we can do another resolution and repeal it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a resolution. If you want to repeal it, then another resolution would need to be prepared to do that.
Okay, if you,
So like, we would need to prepare a resolution for the intent to,
Just need a resolution that will state that you're repealing, I don't remember the number of that. whatever the number is,
5425.
that it's repealed.
I'm trying to get you a copy of it, I'm bringing it right on paper.
Am I right? Isn't it important to repeal that?
yes, I feel it is.
I think it is to get the off public record, so later on, when people go to see who did what, they're not cussing out the Reinhardt Clinic, calling them pieces of it.
Okay, Billy, Billy, don't stir it. I know you don't stir it, please. I apologize to both of you, okay? When I talked to you originally, and I told this other young gentleman, I was worried about losing the Greenway. That was the only reason I even started talking about it. You got me the information that says it doesn't matter if I even sell it. That Greenway is still good. It's with the St. Joe, some type of group.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
so when I heard that, I was done with it. Because the only reason I said, in my mind, you guys were connected because the Greenway is on there and then you guys have the rest of it.
Yeah.
That was the only reason any of this started.
I
Okay.
understand that. I really
well,
do.
and I will
But this
say,
didn't fix any of that. That was already fixed.
yes.
So-
we found that out.
This makes it look like, and this is all tied to your own comprehensive plan, which is where it's important to me that this gets fixed.
Yes,
Because what's gonna happen, as you move forward with your comprehensive plan and you go 2 miles out, everybody can point back, each one of you can point back to these minutes and say, see, the Reinhardts think it's a good idea. See, they think, and that is not a fact.
Right.
But these minutes and this resolution state that it is. And that can be used by you to convince all these other people to do that. And that's not okay.
Right.
Because it's not factual, it's a lie. So it needs to be fixed.
so I feel that we should get a resolution. to take
And
all
I
this.
will say, from my side of things, it was to my understanding that Randy was in discussions with Lynn and that he wanted to move forward with this. And that Zeb had a discussion at maybe a county meeting or something, just from my recollection, about.
But it was initiated by me in the parking
So
lot
it-
there
it was
after, second Saturday meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
Like the Republican meeting or something like that. But, so, to my understanding, there was 2 people that were having a discussion that we wanted to move forward with that. It was not an intentional, like, blight upon you intended that way.
I just like, hold on, please.
Further than that.
I would like to point out that the use of the clause whereas is commonly used and is important to help clarify the purpose and intent of a document and can be used to provide context for any provisions or obligations contained within. It does not necessarily mean that these were the factual statements made by somebody in the past tense, but is the purpose for which the context is established as to why something would happen.
Well,
So
The
Con-
intent, is that what you would like?
specifically let me repeat, this clause is important because it helps clarify the purpose and intent of a document, and it can be used to provide context for any provisions or obligations contained within.
So the purpose.
not people.
I mean, honestly, Zeb, I don't know you, okay? I really
That's fair.
don't.
This,
But,
I don't think
but
we've
what
had-
I will say is Randy took the time to say, I'm sorry. And what I see you doing is digging your heels in and saying that isn't what this says, okay? That's what I see. And if we can play these games, and I will play them with you.
I don't believe
Okay,
that there's a game that's being played.
You can decide that you need to fix a wrong. You get to choose who you want to be in this.
I will choose that I will continue to do exactly what we've been talking about doing, and that the intent of the comprehensive plan and the intent of all of what we're doing is to grow the town of St. Joe. And the whereas clause, as used within the context that my understanding of that document is to say that should this happen, that's the context, should this happen? I mean, this is the agreement of.
Should this happen?
Yeah, I don't think this
the
is
owner has executed. Okay, I'm using your words here. Should this happen, the owner has executed a remonstrance. Should this happen, the town council has received a request. Okay, so I'm using your words. I don't do this as long as you want to.
I don't think we
Okay,
have enough time
I
because
might
there's gonna be a motion pretty
suggest-
soon to cancel, to end the meeting.
I might,
This is really not productive.
It's because.
Hey, you guys,
What she wants to say.
you guys, we will get a resolution around
thank
to
you.
get rid of this, okay? And if you want, if you would please, you got his email, as I do if you don't.
I did.
We can send it to you, have you look at it, what we're going to read at the next meeting.
Oh, we'll be here.
Okay, well, okay, but if you see anything that's in the resolution that you don't understand or doesn't,
Yes,
okay, let us know and we'll get it taken care of before the next meeting,
that will be that.
but we'll send that to you,
Thank you.
okay?
Well, one more thing I'd like to ask about, metered water.
Yeah,
You guys are talking about metered water.
There is an ordinance on
We
the books.
already have metered sewage now.
We don't have
we
meters.
don't meter sewage.
We
The
don't,
hell we don't?
No, we just have a large bill, we don't have meter, it's not metered.
You look at your damn sewer bill,
Yes, I
it
know,
went up it went up to $115.
but it's not metered,
yeah,
All right.
it is a straight payment.
Excuse my word, metered, I'm sorry. The point I'm trying to make
Yes,
is my wife and I are both on a limited budget. We're
Right.
both on social security. We cannot stand all of these, we went to,
Marty, I'm really glad that you're bringing this up because you know what was discussed at many of these meetings that we had with the sewer board is that the reason why things cost so much is because we don't have enough population density of subscribers. And if we had more subscribers, the cost would be spread across more subscribers, which means it'd be a lower individual cost for every individual. And that is exactly what we are pursuing. That is exactly what we're pursuing.
I think these people need to know if they divide their property up and sell it, that the customer, that the people they're selling to are gonna be paying $115 a month for sewer.
well,
And
yeah,
who knows how much for water and things that you guys aren't, that letting those people know when you're making a real estate deal. I mean,
Who are you talking to?
You.
we're 215 acres.
yeah, the money, that you're gonna sell your property and make houses.
All right, you got said 18 acres, I got the 18 acres for sale, I got. I'm confused. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Nevertheless, man,
Is there a reason,
We went
is
to,
there a reason why you haven't, made a motion?
Because I really would like to hear from these two if they have anything to say. They've been sitting here quietly.
That's a great reason.
We were just, I don't know, we were under the assumption that the town was annexed.
No, no. That was articulated, on the recordings multiple times in the last, several meetings, that, there is currently no process being initiated
To annex.
to annex. The legal process for that to happen is not currently going on.
Also, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, if we actually were going through the process to annex, the property owners that were in that area would be notified. So we would like to, I should say, we have an intent to annex the park that's right over here. We are not going through that process currently. It is I want to say like a year-long process to do so, and you would be notified multiple times that that was happening. We did,
Have a certain density to annex
I don't think so.
no, but
population.
so what we've done is, and I think what has started is we created the EJC, which is an extraterritorial jurisdiction for zoning, which does not mean that we're annexing. It means that someday in the future, we would love to annex to that area, but it's a very legal process. You'd have to be notified. It'd have to be publicized in the newspaper multiple times, but the property owners themselves would get information on that. And if the property owners don't want to be annexed, then it's even a bigger deal. So it's not something that can happen overnight. It is a very drawn out legal process that has to be followed. So someday we would love to grow. Are we currently in the process of creating annexation? No.
I am.
He
The
always
park.
wants to.
Well, I'm sorry, the park, just to let you know, that park, this town has owned that property, had that park since 1960, okay? Okay, we could have, if it would have been in this town from the start, we could have got Park and Rec money from the state to take care of that park, okay? That park could be a lot nicer if we would have done that. So I, as a town board member, would like to get the park put into the town, and that's what I'm looking for. So, yes, there is annexation on my mind.
No, we only go one way at a time.
I would love to have the school too, now that you brought it up.
I've been listening
It would
to
help.
Randy talk about wanting to annex and make the town bigger for 5 years. We have yet to annex that, just for longevity of conversations.
In 150 years, the only thing that this town has annexed is the cemetery, which is in Spencer Township, and I don't know how they got it. Because it isn't a population.
Maybe I'm gonna change my mind, not be buried up there.
You'd stay in the town of St. Joe. if
It's
you
gonna
were.
happen in the very near future, so I need to make up my mind.
I heard the school mentioned, are you pursuing
No.
annexing?
No,
We are
not
not.
at this time.
Pursuing annexing
Okay.
anything at this time.
It is a
I
very,
have no legal,
positive
no
thing.
nothing to compare.
it is a positive thing for a town to have a school in it. So that way our grants, we can write, we have a school in our town, instead of saying we have a bar in our,
In every single meeting, Randy brings up annexation.
because we need to grow. Otherwise, we're going to
There
die.
is no,
We're going to die.
no legal documentation, nothing has been done to
Right.
annex anything.
Okay,
First, thank you for getting the information.
No
We
problem.
appreciate that. It's not shoot the messenger type.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay, I don't want you to.
No, it's my job to be public. I'm very public about it.
Back on Marty's comment earlier, I appreciate the open forum. You go to a county meeting, and this is true, county meetings, you don't get a call. So I do appreciate that. So I hope you follow through with what you talked with about the Reinhardts. One last comment was, when you look at us and tell us you want to grow, and you give a little extra look at us about that, like you're gonna continue to pursue this, why wouldn't you go after your property?
Which property?
Don't you have property?
I just did buy property, yes. Yeah.
I mean, so you're going through that
We,
process?
we would like to do that as well, yeah.
Okay, I greatly appreciate you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's,
that way is
But we're not
hard
getting
because of the
anything else.
conversation.
Saying right now.
Saying right now.
I don't mind the public statement that, the town would like to grow. Me being a town board member, I will do what it is that I can do to ensure that that happens and pursuing that. I think that for the reason that we just discussed earlier around the population density or number of subscribers on our water lines, and that extends to our sewer lines, if you don't need to run additional full lines out more directions, and you can just pick up more subscribers on the existing lines, you're going to save money. And you'll have more subscribers, and the overall cost of doing business is going to be spread across all the subscribers, which means individuals have a possibility of paying less.
Are you guys on the sewage?
We're on sewage.
We're not on the sewer board.
No, he
He
left.
left. Yeah.
He
Left
said,
it.
the second we brought up sewer, he said, I'm up pretty good to go.
No, I mean, I think it's the simple economics there is
Yeah.
the more subscribers you have, the lower it is individually as the cost. And that's what we're trying to do.
And I will just for like timeline purposes, we currently have the asbestos water line removal in town that we are working towards, and widening Third Street over by the cemetery, so there's not so much issue when there are memorial services. Those things need to be getting done and started and getting funded, and like our money's already set aside for these things. I'm not setting aside money right now. We just had our budget conversation, never once was there.
There was
Yeah.
an
Annexation,
talk,
because that is a
and
legal
that's a
battle
very
that I'm gonna have to
costly
budget.
thing, yeah.
So that, just for timeline wise, this year, it's not budgeted. Next year, that's not budgeted. Now, our intention, long-term wise, and I say our, because I'm talking about what this group has talked about. I don't get a vote, just to be honest. I just do paperwork and the account. But we would have to, they'd have to vote to do it. They would have to, it's a huge process, and I'm sure our attorney could give you a better legal view, but each person that we were trying to annex would have to be formally notified directly to them. So it's not like, there's no way in any shape or form that we can legally or not legally annex anything without you getting the documentation to you saying, the town of St. Joe has the intention to annex it. And then we would have to have probably like 4 public meetings and a commissioners meeting in that process. I don't know that for a fact. I may be a little incorrect, but it's a really big process to do it. And right now we really are, we'd love to grow, but we're really focusing on what we're trying to fix right now, which is trying to get everything taken care of with our zoning that wasn't accepted, that's now been accepted. We have a water project going on. We have a road project going on, because we've been, and I say we, but as a board, when we talked about these things, we said, hey, we really need to get the town up to date and try to make things better. And those are what we have currently on our plate. And I'm just gonna be honest, that's overwhelming itself.
Unofficially,
I make a motion.
you got unofficially, okay, go ahead.
We adjourn the meeting.
Second that motion.
All in favor, aye.
Don't go to Culver's. They have changed their way of charging you. They charge you for so much for a bun, so much for a 1 patty, an additional amount for a second patty. I'm sorry. It cost me 50,